Hey everybody, it's Graham here. Hope that you're having a good day. Actually, I'm supposed to have the day off from work today for Malcolm X's birthday observance. I work for a community college, so we get every little holiday off, which is kind of nice. Not that this is a little holiday, but most people don't get the day off. So I'm kind of enjoying that. However, I do have to go to work today, which is kind of a bummer. The reason is kind of a bummer too. The city where my career center is located at, the city itself is going through layoffs. And they've laid off some, like they're closing down one of the fire stations, which is really scary. And a lot of this other city workers, like kind of frontline, some like admin staff and things like that, are unfortunately losing their jobs. And they got their pink slips last week. So today we're doing what's called a rapid response for those people. Basically, we go in and we give them all sorts of information on job searching, on labor market information, and how they can use the career center that I work at to help with their job search and what resources we have. So I have that at 3. And then months ago, before I knew that we were going to get this day off, I had scheduled this presentation tonight at the library. And it's all about job searching. So we're basically using their space and talking to laid off workers about their job search, kind of a continuation from the stuff that's happening today at 3. So unfortunately, on what is supposed to be my day off, I'm working. So not working this morning though, just kind of getting some stuff done around the house. And I actually wanted to make this video real quick because the stuff that's going on is kind of funny. I mentioned, I think in my last video, that I had some blood work done at the doctor's and everything came back all right, but they wanted me to go and get the potassium checked again because it was a tiny bit elevated, and they were pretty sure that the reason for that was because I didn't drink enough water the day before. So I went this morning and I went to get the blood work done for that, and it was funny because I go in, you get registered, and my ID, my my card for my insurance, all of that still has my given name on it, and nothing has Graham on it yet. I'm in the process for that. I have a court date set, but nothing is official. So I go in, and they call me back there, and the phlebotomist lady, the nurse, whatever you call them that takes blood, she looked at me, looked at my paperwork, and was like, "You don't look like a Suzanne." And I was like, "You're right, I don't." And she was like, "What do you really go by?" So I told her, and she was like, "Yeah, that's way better for you." So then, she's putting a needle in me and all that and taking my blood. She's just talking the entire time. She's like, "Yeah, I have a cousin whose name is Jody, and I've been after her forever to change because the name doesn't fit her and blah 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 and all this stuff." And I was just like, "Okay, this is a really kind of surreal moment," but at least if nothing else, it's kind of confirming that I am going in the right direction and starting to move towards passing more and more. So that was kind of interesting. So yeah, so I did the blood draw thing, and then after that, I went and got a little bit of coffee. And when I was there, this Butch, I'm assuming that she's Butch. I don't. Well, maybe it's not even. I don't know what. I don't know her. So anyway, this person at the counter who was taking my order, who at least presented as a masculine woman, was very nice with me and flirted with me a little bit. And she was like, "Oh, what's your name?" and blah 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 and all that kind of stuff. So that was kind of funny. But she said he the entire time, which was cool. So then I had to go vote, and I've got my little "I voted" sticker on here, and it's a big voting day here in California. Lots of things on the ballots that affect schools, and since I work obviously at the community colleges and my partner is a 3rd grade teacher, I am definitely very interested in this, so I went and voted. So we'll see if that helps with any of this budget crap that's going down with California. But again, I went to go vote, and of course, on my ID card, everything says Suzanne. So that was funny. And they were like, "Oh, we don't need your driver's license, we just need your card." So I give them my voter ID card, and they're like, "Oh, well, maybe we do need your ID." Jeez. So then I give them my ID and give them my address and all that, and I get to vote. But it's just been an interesting day with the ID situation and name game and all that. So, which I do have my appointment, like I said, to go to the court for the official name change in July. Yeah, in July. It's already been posted in the papers like you have to do, and all of that. So I'm just waiting for my court date. And when I did it, like I paid the money. It was like $300 and some, which is really expensive. And they told me they're like, normally this takes 6 weeks, but I don't know what the reason is, but it's like 3 months. So I paid all that, had everything published in the paper like back in March, and I don't have my court date till July, so I'm still waiting for that to get the name change paperwork in. So until then, I'm still going to have to deal with, some of this stuff, but oh well. So the other thing, since I was on the topic of names, I just, it just made me think about how people come to their names and, what they choose for themselves when they start transitioning. And for me, my given name is Suzanne, and, it's not a family name or anything, it's just something that my mom liked. And so I was thinking about it, and I was like, should I keep my original initials, or should I just go with something completely different? And I wanted to choose a name that was somewhat relevant and maybe had some meaning. And it took me a while, but how I got to Graham is that's my grandfather's middle name, my grandfather on my dad's side, so my paternal grandfather. So what I did is I took the two middle names of my grandfathers to come up with my name. So my paternal grandfather, his middle name was Graham, and my maternal grandfather, who's still living, his middle name is Lee. So Graham Lee Thomas, and that's how I came up with my name. And, I like it. I like the fact that you don't hear Graham a whole lot as a name, at least here in the States. You hear it more like in the UK. I think I've met 2 people named Graham, and they were both kids. There's a person that lives on our block that has a child named Graham, and he's like 4 years old. And then kind of an acquaintance, friend of a friend, also has a child named Graham who is probably like 10 now. So it's not seen a whole lot here in the States, and I kind of like that. Lee is pretty universal, and it's also something that I thought was a little more androgynous, so that's why I didn't choose that as my first name. The other thing is, I would have tried to pick a name that was something like my father, some derivative of his name. My dad passed away in 2002. But I didn't really, his name was Larry, and I don't want to be called Larry. His middle name was Lynn, and that's just could kind of go either way, and I know a lot of women named Lynn, so that wasn't going to work. So it didn't feel like choosing anything from his name was going to be the right fit. So that led me to my grandparents and helped me, come up with the name that I chose for myself. And, it fits really well. I like the name Graham, just like I said, because it's individualized, and you don't hear it a whole lot. And so that's kind of fun. So yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about today, was name and IDs and just kind of some interesting tidbits of information that happened today as I was, going about my routine. So that's about it. I'm going to sign off and go to work. So hope you all have a good day. Bye.